Heading down to the jacuzzi. Happy days, everyone! I have lived in Colombia, believe it or not, the entire time my two nieces have been alive. This is about as much inspiration I've given my nieces over the years. So I never get McDonald's in Colombia. But, you know, when in Rome, I think it's been, I want to say, maybe a decade since I've had chicken nuggets. Still crispy and delicious. Not as good as I remember. How are those chicken nuggets, Ava? I think they were better when I used to eat them. What sauce did you get?
I got ranch dip.
That's your favorite?
Yep.
Chicken nuggets are pretty crispy, aren't they? What's better, fries or nuggets?
Chicken nugget.
My brother just took down 3 cheeseburgers, double cheeseburgers, within like 2 minutes.
Actually, add another 2 double cheese, only ketchup.
Good life. American dream.
What?
What's the difference between a fart and a toot?
I don't know.
I don't either.
My TV said, I have to go potty. I tooting.
Tootin' TVs. You really can't say that I'm in the running for Uncle of the Year or anything. And one of the main reasons I'm doing this vlog is to give my family and friends an opportunity to get to see what I'm up to, what I've been doing these past 7 years. So I decided to dedicate an episode every once in a while to these 2 sweet little girls that I want to call Uncle Jay Knows. A little bit, to allow them to get to know me a little bit better and to be a positive role model for these 2 girls. There are tons of things that I learned when I was older that I wish I had learned when I was younger. So the idea is to share some knowledge with them, make sure they're headed in the right direction. So in this episode, I'm going to show you Uncle Jay Knows math. A little bit. I actually used to be pretty good at math when I was in grade school, but again, it was one of those things that I learned really easily and I never took it to the next level. Then came the trigonometry, the algebra, the calculus, and then I said, nope, not my cup of tea. But it could totally be yours, so don't give up quite yet. For all you English learners out there, like I promised, here's an expression. It's something that you don't like it very much or you're not very good at it. So math is not my cup of tea. I've pretty much been a pool boy or jacuzzi boy ever since we moved out here. I've had my ups and downs. It always seems to end up turning slime green sooner or later. Until now. There's something strangely satisfying about doing this every day. This jacuzzi right now is a little low on pH. So, I bought this chemical. Every cubic meter should put in 15 grams. Well, we have to find out how many cubic meters are in this pool. How? Today, Uncle Jay is going to teach you how to calculate the volume of a cylinder. By the way, I don't need glasses. These are actually computer glasses. I'm not sure if they're helping or not, but they make me look smarter. This is a cylinder if you don't know already. A cylinder is the shape of the jacuzzi. We have 2 cylinders. We have a small one on the bottom of the seats and a big one on the top of the seat. So I have to actually do the volume of 2 different cylinders, which makes it a little more complicated, but I think Uncle Jay could handle it. So here, as you can see, the volume of a cylinder is volume equals pi r squared times the height. So what is h? H is the height or the depth of the jacuzzi, and the radius is actually half of the circle. So I have to measure the full circle and divide it by 2. Alright, let's do that right now. So I guess this is where I hop in the pool, take a few measurements. But first, my goggles here. So first, like I said, we have to measure the distance from one side to the other. So 2.5 meters. So that means the radius is 1.25 meters. For the radius of the small cylinder, it looks like we're gonna have to get a little wet for this one. Whew. That was a little more difficult than I thought it was gonna be, but we got our measurements. Now, time to do some calculations. Alright, so I did my calculations here, and I have to approximately put in 40 grams of this crazy chemical because it came out to be about 3.23 cubic meters of volume. So those are my calculations right there. 40 grams, huh? I'm gonna put it 20 grams. Don't wanna overdo it. Alright, so the final part of this process is to use this old-fashioned scale to measure the grams here. Oh, this stuff smells. I'll put in this cup. I don't know how accurate this thing is, but pretty sure this is about 40 grams. So girls, there you have it. I hope not only you now know the importance of math, but you also know how practical and fun it can be in your everyday life. So my oldest niece, Sydney, just finished kindergarten, so you're going to first grade. This stuff is gonna be right around the corner. Now you know how to calculate the volume of a cylinder. You're gonna be way ahead of your other classmates. So don't be like Uncle Jay and always be behind. Get ahead and dominate. So remember, Uncle Jay knows a little bit. And you should too. I've got my poolside assistant here, Mitzi. She bites. Ow! Mitzi. No! Ow! She doesn't like to be held.